Hello, everybody. Darren Cross here. Welcome to week 11 of Business 149, Business Math. This week we're going to be in chapter 12. I believe that when you get to the lecture, you'll see that I refer to this as week 12, but no, it's week 11. But we will be in chapter 12. In chapter 12, what we're talking about is kind of an expansion of what we've been talking about the past couple of chapters. A couple of chapters ago, we talked about simple interest. And then we talked about what was chapter 11? I can't remember what chapter 11 was about, but chapter 12 is about compound interest. And what we're digging into here is really the time value of money. And so the idea here is that the most practical way that I can talk about it is what we're really kind of learning in this chapter is if we invest money at certain rates, compounded ever so often, what is it going to be in the future? And that's figuring out the future value of that amount. And then the other thing that we're looking at is if we want to have a certain amount of money in the future, and we know that we can get a certain return on our interest rate, and it can compound ever so often, how much do we need to invest today? And that's present value. So we're really looking at present and future value. And then the other part that's really important is looking at the effective rate. Because here's the deal. We learned P times R times T. And that is the formula for interest. And that tells us, if we're borrowing money, how much we're going to pay in the future. If we were investing on straight interest, right, then the amount of money that we would get would just be that formula, right? So if we say, P times R times T, so 10,000 at 10% for 5 years, and you calculate that, that's going to give you a certain amount of interest, and that interest is fixed over that 5 years. Well, compound interest says, wait a minute, after each year, we're going to stop, put that all in a bucket, and then the interest is going to be based on that. And after year 2, we're going to gather that interest, put it in the bucket, and we're going to start paying interest on that. So it's interest on top of interest. And the key thing to understand in this chapter is the more often you compound, the better your rate. So the effective rate is effectively, okay, when I look at how much interest I have or that I've earned and I compare it to my principal amount, what is the effective rate of that? It might be 10%. You're telling me it's 10%, but because it's compounding more than that, the effective rate is actually higher than 10%. So we're going to figure out how to do that. So dig into the chapter, and as always, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out. Good luck, everybody.